Hello and welcome back to the Geordie Pig Investor channel, where we dive deep into the world of dividend investing to help you build a portfolio that pays you. In today's video, I'm breaking down all the stocks I bought and sold throughout March. It was a quieter month with not so much buying and selling because my ISA portfolio is very close to being maxed out. This will be my last quieter month for a while, as the new ISA allowance is going to mean I'm going to go on a spending spree, so make sure you look out for next month's video. I'm still excited to walk you through everything that I bought and sold this month, so as always, let me know in the comments your thoughts on the purchases I make. For the month of March, I actually made 0 sales, so we're going to dive straight into the different stocks that I bought this month. And the first stock that I did buy was the VanEck Morningstar ETF, stock ticker TDGB, and I bought 1 share for an amount of £44.43, which brings my new position size to £318.54, as I now own a total of 7 shares. This ETF is a new addition to my portfolio, but it's one that I'm going to look to add aggressively to over the coming months, and so far the fund has actually performed pretty well. The next stock that I added to in my portfolio this month was my biggest position in the portfolio, and I plan for it to stay that way for a very long time, and that is the Vanguard S&P 500, stock ticker VUSA. I added 0.5 shares for a total amount of £47.96, which brings my new position size to £11,918.33, as I own 119.5 shares. Next up, I decided to add to my Visa position. Many of the big tech names have experienced pullbacks in recent months, and I feel there's no better time than now to be adding to these types of stocks. So the first of those tech names I've added to is my Visa position, and if it stays at around $300 per share, I'm definitely going to be continuing to add to my position. I did add just 0.1 share this last month for a total amount of £23.02, and it brings my new position size to £2,624.55, as I own 11.2 shares. Next up is one that I normally always buy hand in hand alongside Visa, and that is MasterCard, stock ticker MA. I also added 0.1 shares to this one for a total amount of £38.02, which this brings my new position size to £1,541.34, as I own 4 total shares. I get asked all the time how I track my dividends, and I use Snowball Analytics. I use it to track my dividend income, portfolio performance, and exactly how much passive income I'm generating each month. Everything's broken down really clearly so you can see your income growth, dividend yield, and total profit at a glance. So if you're wanting to take your investing seriously, there's a free trial with my link in the description, plus a further discount if you decide to sign up. The next stock that I added to this month was Advanced Micro Devices, stock ticker AMD. I also added 0.1 shares to this one for a total amount of £15.12, and this brings my new position size to £555.60, as I own a total of 2.7 shares. It was then the turn of Microsoft, and you guessed it, 0.1 shares again here for a total amount of £30.13, and this brought my new position size to £781.29, as I own 2.5 shares. Next up was my JP Morgan Nasdaq ETF, stock ticker JEQP. I added 1 share here for a total amount of £19.38, and this brought my new position size to £2,238.19, as I own 114 shares. I then added 0.3 shares to my Netflix position, stock ticker NFLX. This cost me £21.13, and it brought my new position size to £309.30, as I now own 4.3 shares. The next stock that I added to in March was Meta Platforms, stock ticker META. I added 0.1 shares here for £48.71, which brought my new position size to £356.28, as I own 0.7 shares. And then I added 2 shares to my SoFi Technologies position, stock ticker SOFI. This cost me £22.97 and brought my new position size to being £201.07, as I own 14 total shares. And this brings us on to the final stock that I added to the portfolio in March, and that was a Legal & General, stock ticker LGEN. I added 10 shares here for a total amount of £24.35, and this now brings my new position size to just under £1,500 as I own 550 shares. So overall, I ended up buying over £300 worth of stocks this past month. Most of the cash came from cash I added to the portfolio, but there was also a good portion that came from reinvested dividends I received during the month, and each month this number continues to grow. So if you'd like to know which stocks actually paid me a dividend in March, then please click the link at the end of this video. Looking ahead, my priority is to strengthen and build on most of my current positions. And with that in mind, this is now a good time to outline my key objectives for 2026 and see how I'm getting on so far. In this part of the video, I want to walk you through my 2026 stocks and shares ISA investing strategy. It's still a simple approach, but I always find it so powerful to clearly define your goals and put numbers against them. Writing them down keeps me accountable, and reviewing them regularly makes sure that I'm still aligned with what I'm trying to achieve. The first objective for 2026 is to consistently add money every single payday, paying myself first by automatically investing into my ISA. I treat this just like any other essential bill. The money goes out before I have the chance to spend it, which removes emotion and builds discipline. Over time, this habit compounds massively, and that consistency is the foundation of everything else I'm trying to achieve this year. The next key focus is continuing to consistently monthly contribute towards at least one of my main ETFs, VUSA, JGGI, TDGB, or LDGG, with the goal to eventually build the allocation size to around 40% of the portfolio. Another major target for 2026 is growing my portfolio value to £75,000 by the end of the year. Currently, I'm now at £60,135 after a fairly good month, so hopefully as I continue to chip away at this throughout the rest of the year, I'll be able to hit that magical £75,000 mark. On the income side, I'm aiming to build my predicted annual dividend income up to £300 a month. At the moment, I'm generating £225 a month, so I'm not massively far off, but there is definitely still work to do. Increasing that income stream is important to me because it strengthens the passive element of the portfolio and provides more flexibility and optionality long term. And finally, I want to build up my new growth-focused pie until it represents around 20% of my total portfolio. This gives me a defined allocation target so I don't overexpose myself while still allowing me to lean into higher growth opportunities. It's about creating balance, maintaining strong core ETFs, growing dividend income, and steadily increasing exposure to growth assets in a controlled way. And with that, it wraps up this month's buys and sells. If you found any value in this breakdown, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more investing insights every month. Drop a comment if you made any interesting moves yourself this past month. I'd love to hear what you've been buying or selling. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep compounding and stay patient in the market because your future self will thank you. For now, this is the Geordie Pig Investor, over and out. Most people think dividends are slow and boring, but last month my portfolio paid me more than I expected, and it changed how I think about income. Click the screen now to see exactly how much I made in dividends and where every single pound came from.